Heading to the lustrous dog again. The dog growls, agitated. We must protect the brand. Come on, boy. Cry havoc and let slip the dog of war. That's you, by the way. That's the one. Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war. That's you, by the way. The dog nudges you with its nose. You get the feeling it wants you to hop on. I want a new mount! You bet your ass. Absolutely. Ooh, and with flight. For whatever reason, it's tearing like that. But not like this. That's so weird. There shouldn't be any, yeah, I mean... IDK, bruv. The last brand. Protecting and keeping Zodiark in his place. Xanos ye Galvus. At the base. You arrive with your majestic steed. Rude! Well? Oh? Oh, you're just gonna peace out?
In the nick of time to savor the crowning triumph. Unbound and free at last. Arise, Zodiark!
Well, this could be bad. Did you see the swords and the way they were looped in there? Kinda like the opening sequence with Master Louiso. Oh boy. Oh boy. If you watched Marvel Eternals, spoiler.
Deprived of heart and will by the loss of dearest Elidibus, a creature of pure instinct, wanting for guidance.
Oh, this is even worse. Oh no.
But powerful, oh so powerful, more so with every passing moment.
So Elidibus was another big bad that we ended up defeating in the previous expansion, or was it the previous two expansions? Either which way, we beat Elidibus, and that role, Elidibus is actually a title. Elidibus was actually the keeper of Zodiark and his guide, right? The controller, I don't want to say the master, if you will, because that's not accurate, that's kind of crude. But it was the guide of Zodiark, which is basically an untamed beast of unfathomable power. And now, it basically has an open slot to be tamed. It's like World of Warcraft when you're a hunter and you're taming an animal. Except if you died and your animal became free, somebody else could pick it up. Fandaniel is the someone else coming to pick it up.
Such potential. Even in this incomplete state. Still the savior who delivered a world from certain doom.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's the other thing. This isn't even Zodiark's final form because one mark of its magic seal is still intact. But we'll see how much of a nerf that is.
So, here we stand.
Presumably enough to face off at level 90.
You know my intent. Consume the god, then the world. Stoke your fury to a raging inferno, and dance among the ashes. Or perhaps you would face me here and now. A lesser but welcome amusement.
I mean, personally, I'm game. That's my girl.
A taste to whet the appetite.
Sorry to spoil the moment, but might I ask that you postpone the slaughter until I've said my piece? I promise I will be brief. Do you remember when I told you that I wanted to die and take everyone with me? I meant it.
This would be the second suicide. Oh my god. Oh, this is bad. This is literally Zodiark officially unleashed. This is not good. Oh my. We are the savior. We are the guardian of natural order. We are the martyr, the bestower of new beginnings. We are.
Such lofty aspirations. And what sweet irony that the world's saviors will become the agents of its destruction.
It cannot end this way. We must return and be made whole. We are the will of the star, now and forever. For the greater good, for the sake of the world.
Wrong, 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 wrong! Lies and delusion! The dead have no power over me. You will be silent. Silent as the grave!
No more. We beg of you. The star must endure. Still not understanding why they call it a star, not a planet. But beyond that. My crystal of light.
Believe and walk in faith. Let the light of your soul shine for all to see.
Oh.
Not quite the outcome you'd imagined, but a fitting one nonetheless. Don't you think so, Hades?
I believe that's Emmett Selk's actual name, or Elidibus's actual name. Can't remember, sorry.
All I craved and more. Boundless power. My
guess this is not the raid boss.
I had intended to pit my fractured divinity against Xenos, but a more tempting option presents itself. The greatest obstacle to my ambition. You will trouble me no longer.
I'm pretty sure Xenos wouldn't have troubled you either. He's still just a man, even if he is a sociopath. Ah. I see, this is going to turn into an instance where I get 7 others to help me. 7 other warriors of light from parallel dimensions to fight the ultimate dark god of destruction, Zodiark himself. Epic. Well, it's still a raid because it's going to be an 8-man, but this is the first time I will have done it. But it's a level 83, so that's fine. Zodiark's shackles have finally been broken, bringing his millennia-long imprisonment to an end. This premature awakening is the work of Fandaniel, who has cast aside his duty as an Ascian to turn the god of darkness against the very star he was created to protect. With Zodiark's unfathomable power at his disposal, Fandaniel has selected his first victim, the warrior of light, who has ever been a thorn in the Ascian's side. So, okay, that's what happened. Fandaniel took over Zodiark and is now basically playing puppet, which is still terrifying when you really think about it. So let's see how many people are on. Oof. Average wait time of 18 minutes. That's mighty unfortunate. Because we can't really do anything else. Well, I don't want to do an intermission. I guess I could just talk about the story then, yeah, since we got 18 minutes. So, where to begin? I assume if you're watching this stream and you see Endwalker, MSQ, you're thinking, I've already played up to and including parts of Endwalker, I just want to see what's going on, get familiar with the game. So, I don't know how valid it would be to discuss the, the lore to this point. But I could probably fill in some blanks, right? Hades was, again, one of the big bads in the previous expansion. You fight him as a raid, and you defeat him, and then Emmett Selk as another portion of the big bad. You're taking out 2 Ascians that were basically the architects of all of the events leading up to Shadowbringers and arguably now. Fandaniel showed up at the end of it, as well as Xenos, who took over a larger role by slaying his own father, right? And pitting Garlemald into civil war. So that's the events that led up immediately to where we're at. I suppose the lore would be that Zodiark is a reference to a summon from Final Fantasy XII. It is the strongest summon, and it is meant to be the culmination of the Zodiac, right? All of the other 12 summons would correlate to like one of the star signs, and Zodiark was the king or the god of all of them. And in Final Fantasy XII, you had to defeat Zodiark in battle in order to claim him, just like you did for all the others. And it was very powerful. I mean, I never really liked relying on the summons personally in the game. I thought it took away from just the combat experience as a whole, and I don't think they were ever suitably strong enough to be justified. And that's including Zodiark. But all that to say, that's the play here as well. You have, your various different spheres of stars with their various defining or dominant elements, and Zodiark being the culmination of darkness. Hydaelyn, the other demigod that was mentioned, is the patron of the character, right? The main character. And she is the exact opposite of Zodiark. She is the light half of that spectrum. She is all things light. And is equally powerful to Zodiark, and was actually able to imprison him outright in the beginning because she was, in fact, more powerful. But Hydaelyn was also the culmination of the remaining Ascians, that little council, deciding that sacrificing half the population was probably not the best idea, and created Hydaelyn. Hydaelyn, in essence, is also a primal, just like Zodiark is a primal, just like all the other Eidolons are primals. And what that essentially means is, in order to summon a primal, you have to gather ether, which is basically spirit energy, gather it into the primal through its artifact or its medium or whatnot, but you also have to make living sacrifices to it, which stems from the initial sacrifice of Zodiark. So how did that all begin? Well, it was sort of alluded to that the Ascians were a demi-divine race of beings who lived in pure harmony, pure utopia. Think of it as heaven, and the Ascians were angels, essentially. And whatever they said or thought or felt came into being. If they wanted to see something beautiful, they would create it. Flowers, life, animals, humans, the planet itself, mountains, rivers, grass. They knew no hunger, they knew no fear, they knew no suffering, cold, warmth, whatever. They did not feel anything negative until eventually they did, right? And once they finally felt that dread, that sorrow, it manifested in monsters, in primals, in essentially climate change, and for the first time they actually dealt with devastation and problems. And it is eons or centuries or millennia, however you want to think of it, of that going on, which brought about the end days, because as this darkness took hold of their utopian life, their perfect life, their existence, that fear and that anxiety took over as well, and it just continued to manifest out of control until it finally resulted in the destruction, the actual apocalypse of their home world, the end days, the final days, right? And that's when the council of leaders of RMO came together and was like, well, we got two options. We can do X or we can do Y. And X was Zodiark. Sacrifice half the population, use Zodiark to split the star into 12 or 14 pieces to sunder those energies, and then slowly destroy those stars to recoup those energies and rebirth the original star and bring back to life the Ascians. And in that time, Hydaelyn was also created as a countermeasure to that, as a failsafe. Like that's not what we need to do. That's not what should happen, right? And that's where we're at. And let me see what the Final Fantasy XIV wiki has to say on that, because I bet just to clarify it, a little better. So this is what the wiki has to say. Ascians are the remnants of an ancient race of beings who lived on the planet Aetheris before it was shattered into the Source and its 13 parallel dimensions in an event known as the Cinder. So like I said, 14. This disaster caused by the battle between the Elder Primals Hydaelyn and Zodiark also divided the souls of all living beings on these shattered reflections. Only 3 ancients who came to be known as the Unsundered survived with their souls intact. As the Ascians, they labor to reunite the dimensions to revive Zodiark and restore their lost civilization. This rejoining process involves the ultimate destruction of these parallel reflections and all life therein. To aid in this task, the Unsundered raise individual fragments of the souls of their ancient colleagues into Ascians. The Unsundered, La Habrea, Emitselk, and Elidibus are the most powerful Ascians with the power to recruit others into their group. Under them are the Ascian overlords, whose souls belong to the remaining sundered members of the Convocation of 14, the ruling body of ancient Aetheris that summoned Zodiark. Members of the Convocation are referred to by their title rather than their true names. These titles are based on the names of the Scions of Light from Ivalice. Lesser Ascians are the weakest and generally unnamed, referred to only by their rank. Ascians are immortal, ethereal beings as a result of their mastery over a power known as the Echo, which allows their souls to maintain their individuality within the ethereal sea instead of dissipating. This lets them travel freely through the ethereal rift to other dimensions and allows them to possess mortal bodies to directly interact with the physical world. Ascian overlords can possess living beings, shaping the body to suit their needs, whereas lesser Ascians must use the bodies of the deceased and cannot return to the rift if slain. Possessing new bodies considerably weakens an Ascian, but possessing the same body or a clone does not appear to place the same strain on them. Ascian overlords are notoriously difficult to destroy, as their souls can escape to the rift if their mortal body is killed. Materials that absorb aether, such as white auracite, can temporarily trap an Ascian in the mortal plane, and a potent enough blast of pure aether can effectively destroy them. With the exception of Elidibus, who wears white, Ascians are generally depicted as wearing black hooded robes with purple markings and silver adornments, such as pauldrons. When they ready for combat, red glyphs appear over their faces. Ascians use dark crystals to convert people into host bodies, using them to suit their needs. Ascian overlords wear red stylized masks, while their subordinates wear black masks. Ascians can also appear in a skeletal form, similar to contemporary representations of the Grim Reaper, wearing long habits with hoods that cover their heads and faces. In this form, their legs are not visible and they have skeletal bird-like wings. Ascian Prime is a form similar to the skeletal Ascians, but larger and wearing a mask composed of the two Ascian overlords that combine to form the Prime. In all forms, they are supposed to lack a shadow, but due to technical issues with the Realm Reborn, this has not been consistently portrayed. Michael Christopher Koji Fox has jokingly claimed that when a shadow appears, the Ascian's clothes are the cause, and any accurately portrayed Ascian is therefore wearing nothing but incredibly complex body paint. And now, we face Zodiark himself. Well, if we're all new, we're gonna find out the hard way. I'm surprised we're introduced to Zodiark so quickly. I mean, who's the big bad of the game then? At level 83, if we're already facing the penultimate enemy that we thought we would have to face, then...
Establishing connection. All creation shall bend to my will.
I'm assuming we fight him again and again. That's gotta be it, because I don't know what else we could... Like, what is the next big bad?
The end has come, and it will be beautiful.
Or YOLO, I guess. Nice.
The marvels of Sirius were but playthings.
Alright, so far this is, I wouldn't say tame, but it's not as overwhelming as I was expecting. This seems to be standard raid mechanics so far. But we also haven't gotten to the 50%, which would probably be a phase 2. So this is like an incomplete primal boss fight. That makes more sense. That makes infinitely more sense. Handsome. Handsome devil.
I am become Zodiac.
I like the one-winged angel reference, as well as Shiva, the actual Hindu god, not the Final Fantasy version of Shiva, which is a half-naked
The
woman.
natural order overturned. All in existence, bent to my will.
Oh, that's rude. Yeah, of course you would.
My life's work, my masterpiece.
Oh yeah, probably don't want to stand in front of the green.
How I've waited for this day.
Alright. Following this guy. Oh, it looks like we're gonna get moved around. So I don't get it. Do we need to...
All in existence, bent to my will.
Nice. Okay, so that placement was correct. Okay. So that's an interesting mechanic. I don't think I've ever seen that before, where it just kind of picks you up and moves you over on a tangent. You gotta know like some quick and dirty like trigonometry or calculus. Yeah, I don't know what we're supposed to be doing there. I'm assuming we're all gathered right here. So what, are we just supposed to guess? Oh yeah, we did not survive that at all. Did I not have my tank stance on the entire time? Oh man, I said I was a noob. I said I was formerly a elite WoW raider, but I was a DPS. I was a rogue. My elite rating was during Cataclysm, and I was among the top 200 rogues in the world on all of the fights that I could participate in. I was in the military stationed in Okinawa, so I actually couldn't raid as full-time as I would have liked, but in either case, it's been a while, alright? Oh no. How am I still hearing Discord? We're closing out of Discord.
Malice, become flesh!
Alright, everybody's over here. I don't know. I mean, story-wise, we have to. Or else we can't progress in our little quests. The question is, what the hell killed us in the first place? Can I interrupt? You know, it's worth a shot, right? Oh, man.
At last, I am become Zodiac.
Can't skip. Boo.
The natural order overturned.
That's counterintuitive. But that makes sense. So yeah, quick and dirty math, right?
My life's work, my masterpiece.
Alright, that's an easy mechanic. Shoot stuff, then you go to the next.
Oh, I've waited for this day.
And now... oh, damn. I should have just stayed on the other side of the corner. That was all me. That was just dumb. That was pure dumb on my part.
Cataclysm, faithfully recreated. From broken skies fall tears of flame. All shall burn. Will you live to see the end?
this is definitely a healing check. My goodness. Yeah, that could have been rough.
All in existence, bent to my will.
Ah, damn it. Damn it. Yeah, got me.
Will you live to see the end?
I mean, I might, because I'm a tank. DPS should be using an LB right about now. There it is. Shit. No! Oh my god! What in the hell? I definitely thought that was going to be enough. Wow. That was rough. Damn it. And I am so slow. We just need to DPS it down. That's fine. We're good. I wouldn't waste time resing me. DPS it down. There you go. I was a bit too slow.
The limit of your power. Is this how it ends?
I have a feeling that this can't possibly be the end of the big scary Zodiarch. No friggin' way. Well, I was gonna give it to the healer, but look at that beastie. Defeated. Oh, I received a player commendation for dying twice. Oh. Xenos Yegevos. Oh, Xenos is going to take it over. Well done. My preparations are complete, and I stand... Oh. Withdraw now from this place. The teleporter will deliver you to safety. Oh, so we just kind of put him back in his place. We didn't kill him. Just kind of...
Incomplete and insufficient. Of course he was no match. Once again, you have left my best laid plans in ruins.
Well, thank God.
And played your role to perfection. Thus, sealing my victory. wanted was for you to kill Zodiac.
Thank you.
Was but one of many methods to achieve the desired effect. It would have been the same had Xenos died in my place. But what better and more satisfying way to ensure success than to take control myself? My sole regret is that you live to tell the tale. Even so, I have fulfilled my heart's desire. Let your murder mark the beginning of the end.
So
The coming of the final days!
So destroying Zodiac is a bad thing?
How quickly strength fades and blood cools. Old familiar sensations. So many lives, so many deaths. No different this. I close my eyes and slip into the dreamless slumber.
Well, guys, we won. Pack it up. We beat the game.
A tired song and dance. Routine. Always I wake. But not this time. Nothing left unsaid. Nothing left undone. Inherit my hell. I intone with glee. The man I was would weep for what I have become. The all-consuming contempt. But I've the wisdom of 10 millennia to justify my answer to the question. No value in their existence. Not a whit. For all that I looked. None that I did see. A final chance, then, for Heidelin and her faithful. In Cataclysm, prove me wrong. I sneer. All shall return to nothingness, as was your will, Emperor Zande. I, the star, and every living being, consigned to your oblivion.
So I'm a little confused. Either Allegan is 10,000 years old, or the events of the end of days to the present is 10,000 years old. Either which way, it would be like the rise of the ancient Egyptians to the present.
At last.
Deep breaths, slow and steady. Oh boy. What now? You saw it too, yes. The blue star below, thrown into turmoil. Then it was no illusion. All was truth. With the death of Zodiark, the laws of nature over which he presided have begun to unravel. The final days are upon us. What you witnessed was an omen granted by the Echo, a vision of the horrors to come. Time grows short. So that's kind of interesting, though. That means that Zodiark, although imprisoned, was the very reason why the world as we knew it existed. Now, are we talking the planet as the star, or are we talking the entire universe? Because you have to imagine, these are multiple dimensions. So, like, to put that into perspective, are we talking about a schism of multi-dimensional proportions that only emphasizes this star? Or are we talking about multi-dimensional schisms at the universal level where each and every star is just the focal point, and the rest of the universe is just along for the ride? Interesting. Xenos? I assume? In full dark regalia?
No. I'll find no fulfillment in a contest with you this day. Slavering beasts gather at your gates, ravenous and eager. Already you turn to them and away from me. I must go forth once more in search of power far beyond the might of Shinryu. Power to make your heart run over with rage.
Shinryu was the big bad of A Realm Reborn, I believe, the level 70 expansion.
For the eldest of primals was a betrayal of promise. A pathetic creature incapable of inspiring true despair. That's what I crave. Pure, unadulterated despair.
Well, I'll give it to you, buddy. Just you wait. Hope will win the day. I guess I will not fight for your amusement was the correct one.
We shall see.
Yes, we shall. Him playing the Reaper class is pretty on the nose, though. I do like his fit. I want his fit so bad. I like how nobody's addressing the fact that they're on the friggin' moon. Like, just take that in for a second. You're on the moon! Literally on the moon. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. Whew. I sense his presence on the moon no longer. If you need not follow, then I beg you to stay and listen to what I have to tell you. Of Zodiark and the end of all things. Okay.